My name is Patrick Trawick. I work at Manley Baptist Church in Morristown, Tennessee, and I am an associate pastor on staff here. I work with students. I preach quite often, not always, but preach to our students on Wednesday nights.
Our way through this book, and up until about 4:30 this afternoon, I had every intention of preaching 1 Peter.
Really, I cast vision to what I see God doing in the lives of students, 6th grade through college. And my job, I feel like, is to equip the students to do the work of the ministry and to challenge them in their faith, and again, equipping them for their life after high school and their life after college. Preaching to different audiences is so different. If you preach to a group of junior high students, they're not going to understand things on the intellectual level that a high school student would understand. If you talk to a group of high school students, they're not going to understand certain analogies or illustrations that you may give to a college student, but there is one consistent strand through all of those teachings. Your approach may be different, but your message has to be focused on Scripture. Again, equipping and engaging people to do the work of the ministry. There comes a point where they need to let what has been poured into them be squeezed out and used up into other people's lives. And that's the reason we always challenge them to be active in evangelism. And I try to take a group to New York City as often as I can, and here's why. Almost every people group in the entire world, every ethnicity, is represented in some way, shape, or form in New York City. So theoretically, you could touch the world from New York City without going to Africa, without going to the Middle East, without going to Asia. You could literally encounter those people groups who will go back to Africa, who will go back to the Middle East, who will go back to Asia. Anytime I take a group of people to New York City, there is one thing that I consistently hear. I've never actively engaged in sharing my faith one-on-one with somebody like I did on the streets, in the subways, in the parks of New York City. And whether it's ministering to a homeless person on the subway in New York City or ministering to the absolutely poor family in Appalachia, the connecting strand there is compassion. The goal is to bring that same compassion and that same heart back home to take to the rural areas of poverty and again, neediness that we have here.